Good morning, ladies. Barbara Chapmond, Cowgirls Get Goin for God. This is going to be audio number 16, and we are studying where did sin come from and why do we have to deal with it. And we are reading in this audio section of this study from the Matthew Henry commentary. And we're trying to wrap it up with 18 video audios. And we are going with audio number 16, and the website is www.wow-womenofword.com, and my sister is www.florischapman.net. And today is May the 18th, and the countdown is about 4 more days, and I'm going to go to California and see my sister, and we're going to have a blast. We're going to do some studies on salvation together and video it together and just have a great time and be a blessing to each other and hopefully to you all too as we get back and get some of those videos to share with you. But this is audio number 16, and we're going to jump right in there and get started with the Genesis chapter 3, Matthew Henry commentary, some of the readings. And we are in, let's see, there was actually about 49 pages that I printed out on just this chapter alone, and I just tried to get some of the highlights. So if you're really wanting to study the fall of man, Adam and Eve, you know, there are so many commentaries out there. Just get one that ministers to you. We're just trying to get some highlights. And this is, let's see, audio number 16, and we were in Genesis 3 covering verses, let's see, 17 through 19. And this starts here. It says, the matter we're talking about if Adam had not sinned and he had not sweated, okay? It says, the matter of his food is changed. He must now eat the herb of the field and must no longer be feasting with the delicacies of the Garden of Eden. Having by sin made himself the beasts and that perish, he is justly turned to a fellow commoner with them to eat grass as oxen until he knows the heavens do rule. There is a change in the manner of his eating. It is in sorrow. Verse 17, and in the sweat of his face he must eat. So he's got to work for it now. Okay, his life is also but short. His life is also but short. Consider how full of trouble his days are. It is in favor to him that they are few. Yet death being dreadful to nature, yea, even though life be unpleasant, that concludes the sentence. Thou shalt return to the ground out of which thou wast taken. Thy body, that part of thee which was taken out of the ground, shall return to it again, for dust thou art. This points either to the first original of his body, it was made of the dust, nay, it was made dust and was still so. So there needed no more than to recall the grant of immortality and to withdraw the power with which was put forth to support it. Dost thou, it says, dust thou art, that is, thy precious soul is now lost and buried in the dust of the body and the mire of the flesh. It was made spiritual and heavenly, but it is now become carnal and earthly. To dust thou shalt return, earth to earth and dust to dust. We must not go off from this sentence upon our first parents, which we are nearly concerned in, and feel from it this day till we have considered two things. So we're going to consider two things as we talk about our first parents. And one is the pains of a woman in travail, and two is the state of subjection to which the woman was reduced represents the loss of spiritual liberty and freedom of will, which is the effect of sin. And number 3, the curse of barrenness which was brought upon the earth, and it produces of briars and thorns, all right? And 4, the toil and sweat bespeak the difficulty which through infirmity of the flesh man labors under. And number 5, the embittered of his food, to him he speaks of the soul's want of the comfort of God's favor, which is life and the bread of life. Number 6, the soul, like the body, returns to the dust of the world. Its tendency is that way. All right? Then it talks, we're talking about the pains of a woman in travail. The pains of woman in travail. Did subjection come in with sin? Christ was made under the law, Galatians 4:4. Did the curse come in with sin? Christ was made a curse for us and died a cursed death in Galatians 3:13. Did thorns come in with sin? He was crowned with thorns for us. Did sweat come in with sin? He for us did sweat, as it were great drops of blood. Did sorrow come in with sin? He was a man of sorrows, his soul in his agony exceedingly sorrowful. Did death come in with sin? He, and we're talking about Jesus, he became obedient unto death. This is the plaster as white as the wound. Blessed be God for Jesus Christ. Adam, which signifies red earth, Adam is further token of dominion, named the woman and called her Eve. That is life. Adam bears the name of a dying body, and Eve that of the living.